Hello dear students, in our today's class we will be studying about softening of water. You know very well that water consists of so many salts and due to that hardness is caused in water. Now this hardness if present in water causes so many type of boiler troubles. So this hardness has to be removed from the water and that is very much compulsory. Okay, so due to this hardness we used to soften the water. It becomes very much compulsory for us. If the water is used to be in the boiler, then it has to be softened. Okay, so in our today's class we will be studying about the treatments which are used to soften the water. Okay, the process whereby to remove the or reducing the hardness of water irrespective of whether the hardness is temporary or permanent is known as softening. Now there are two methods for reducing or removing the softness of water. These two methods are external treatment method and internal treatment method. In external treatment method, what happens, the boiler water or the water that is to be feeded in water, the hardness is reduced outside by certain type of treatments. The hardness is reduced outside and then the water that is softened is poured into the boiler. That is known as external treatment. And internal treatment, in this the boiler feed water is feeded into the boiler and then some chemicals are used and some methods are used to reduce the hardness. Okay. Now in today's class we will be studying about a very important method, that is external treatment of water, and that method is lime soda method. Okay. Now the name clearly indicates that in this method two chemicals are used, lime and soda. You know very well the formula of lime is CaOH whole twice and the formula of soda is Na2CO3. Okay. Now see what is the principle of this lime soda process. Chemically convert it all the soluble hardness causing impurities into insoluble precipitates which may be removed by settling and filtration. It means that we add lime and soda to the water which is to be softened. This lime and soda reacts with all the hardness causing salts that are present in water and converts them by reacting with them into precipitates. And you know very well the hardness was dissolved in water. When lime and soda react with this hardness, it forms PPT and these PPTs are settled down. Now when these settled down PPTs are removed, our water gets softened. So this is the basic principle of lime soda method. Okay. See, some of the reactions are also given. In the first reaction you can see calcium bicarbonate, it is reacting with lime to form calcium carbonate and water, and you can see calcium carbonate is a precipitate. So the hardness that was caused due to bicarbonate, calcium bicarbonate, is converted to precipitate. In the same way, magnesium bicarbonate is dissolved in water and when lime reacts with it, it forms calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide precipitate. Okay, so in the same way, the lime and soda react with all the hardness causing substances present in water and convert them into their precipitate, into various types of precipitate. Now these precipitates are filtered off and the water is softened. Now this softened water is poured into the boiler. Okay, that is why it is known as external treatment method. Okay. Now one problem is there in this method. When we add lime and soda, the precipitates are formed. These precipitates are very fine and it takes too much time to settle down these precipitates. It makes this process to carry on for a long time. Okay. So to shorten this method, to make this method to be completed in a short time, what we can do, we can use coagulants. We can use coagulants like K2SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice 24H2, that is alum. We can also use NaAlO2, that is sodium aluminate. What these coagulants do? These coagulants form AlOH whole thrice precipitate. Now this AlOH whole thrice precipitate covers all the hardness causing salts precipitates, making them heavy, and due to that the precipitates settle down easily. So this is the work of coagulant, that they makes the precipitates heavier so that they can easily settle down. Okay, so this was a very short introduction about lime soda process. Now we have two types of lime soda process. One is cold lime soda process, another one is hot lime soda process. In our next class we will be studying both of these methods in very detail. Now first let us look at what are the advantages of this lime soda process. First of all, it increases the pH of the softened water. Okay, when we add lime and soda, the softened water pH increases, and due to that the possibility of corrosion is reduced. Now the second important thing about this process is that this process is very economical, means it is cheap. You know, the cost of lime and soda is very less, so it is a cheaper method to soften the water. The next important thing is the microbial load, particularly that of pathogenic organisms, is also reduced due to the basic nature of water. And one of the most important thing about this lime soda process is that the water is softened up to near about 30 ppm hardness. The residual hardness left is near about 30 ppm, so lot amount of hardness is reduced in this method. Now let us come to the disadvantages. If we are talking about, we could not say that this method is the best method, because after the completion of this method, still the hardness is left. This process left about near about residual hardness of 15 to 20 ppm. So we could not use this type of water, softened water, in high pressure boilers. Okay. Now the second disadvantage of this process is that it generates large amount of sludge. Too much sludge is what? The PPTs that are settling down. So large amount of PPTs are settled down, and it creates problematic. It is problematic to dispose of this sludge. Now this process also requires trained supervisors. Okay, so these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of this method, but this method is very simple and a cheap method. So in our today's class we have studied in very short about the lime soda process. Hope you have understood.